Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Down Over, the show where two guys, two friends, love to talk gear. And these two friends are my co-host right next to me, 7,000 miles away, Jeff Blanchard. Hey Jeff, how are you?
Good, thank you, Rick. Getting a bit of a withdrawal after not doing the show for about 3 weeks.
Been a while. It's been a while. We did a couple of naps. We did one episode and then we were gone, I think, 2 weeks. So it has been a while.
Getting back into it.
Yeah. And I'm Rick Zanati, and here's our intro. And we are back. And we have our little music accompanying us there. Let's get music a little bit lower. Our angelic music. We're about to talk gear. We love gear. Well, Jeff, I'm going to start out with something that's going to give you a little bit of lens envy.
Oh, really?
You want one of these. You do. This is... There we go. Let me get into my shot over here. This puppy is a 40 to 150 millimeter lens. Now, it looks a little small, right? Yeah, it's kind of small. So let's open it up all the way so you could see exactly how big it is. So this is the 40 to 150 millimeter Olympus 2.8 f2.8 all the way across from beginning to end. It doesn't have stabilization, but it does have autofocus. And this thing weighs about 2 pounds. It has tripod mount right in there. And 67, I think, might be 72 millimeter front. This is a lens that is very equivalent to those big Canon sport lenses that you always see that cost about $2,000 to $3,000. Now this isn't a cheap lens. This lens is about $1,400, $1,500. But believe it or not, and I couldn't believe it, we went to Sammy's today in Los Angeles. Larry Latana, he is our sales rep. There was a $400 auto rebate on this. So it only wound up being about $1,100. I was shocked. We did not know. I was happy. This lens, great portrait lens, landscaping, some sports, but it's not really as fast as some of the Canons. But this has something like, I forgot, 15, 16 elements. It's got a lot of elements. What I like is that this hood can come off, but it can also just twist and go back to storage.
Slide back in.
Yep, which is nice. Great. And it's really well built. There's felt, kind of a felt, not much, but this one has little lines inside to block lens flare. So very, very clever.
Now, is that one for the is that one
Panasonic?
The one for the GH4?
Yes, Panasonic and Olympus, both. Okay. So very nice lens. This is the most expensive lens I've ever gotten, except for this one. So we got two lenses today. Now this one, nice. This is and this also has a hood that can come off and then comes back on. Let me get it on correctly. Let me loosen that screw a little bit. So put it in, tighten the screw up, and there we go. So this lens is a Panasonic 42.5 millimeter. So an effective about 85 millimeter in full frame, 42.5 millimeter lens. It's a prime f1.2, very fast. Oh, it's an incredibly beautiful lens. This thing, it weighs about almost 1.5 pounds, just the lens. And it's attached to, you see the camera?
Yep.
That is an Olympus E-M5 Mark II. Very fast focusing, very fast. not a video camera, though it does have good video, 1080p.
Mm-hmm.
It does shoot 60 frames per second for slow motion, so that's good. It has very nice 1080p, but no 4K. But as a picture camera, they said this rivals the Sony A7R Mark II, which is
and then
bad.
sometimes you just want a camera for picture. You don't really
That's
want
right.
a video.
That's right. Now look, Jeff, you and I always talk about this.
Oh, it's better got the articulated screen. Yes.
Which you can't find on any Canon except the cheap ones. Go figure.
No.
But this is a beautiful little camera. I have not yet played with it because I have no cards here. They're all at home right now. And all my bags are at home. And it's got small batteries. I heard they don't last very long. But it's got a 3-inch, 1.3 million dot articulating screen. And it has a 2.5 million, I think, viewfinder, which everybody says is very nice, very clean. So this is a very light camera. It's about a pound. Put the lens on, it's about 3 pounds right now. But my friend Larry, he forgot to give us a battery grip. He gave me a camera grip, which is useless. I wanted the battery grip, then I can hold it better. So I have to order one or go to Santa Barbara Sammy's. So I have to send him a note and harass him.
Yeah. Well, you know that.
By the way, I heard this joke
an
today.
Olympus before?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff. What?
Sorry. I said, have you had an Olympus before?
No, first time ever.
No, well, from what I've seen, the quality of them just seems, quality, but Sonic, Sony, and Canon. Well, Olympus have a different quality altogether as well. But I was really impressed when I did see the quality. It's quite different, but I don't know. It's a bit different between like the matte and the gloss on a photo. And the Olympus seemed to do that nice, glossy, really shiny pictures.
They said Olympus doesn't do anti-aliasing and has extremely good color reproduction that's natural. Not oversaturated, not undersaturated. That's what they're very strong for. And it also has, this camera has the 5-way stabilization in body.
Oh, okay.
So it's all built into this little thing. It's pretty amazing.
Like saying with your other, with the other lens, the Panasonic, it didn't have the stabilization. But does the GH4 have the stabilization in the body or not?
Not in body. No. No. Now I have a theory.
Sony does though, doesn't it?
Some, yeah. I have a theory.
Yeah.
The way in-body stabilization works is if you shake up, it shakes you, and then it goes like that.
Yep.
So it always compensates for whatever you're doing. It hits you. So.
Well, the thing is with that stabilization, unless it can interfere with a good quality picture because it's moving even when you don't. So if you've got a nice stable shot, usually it's quite good to not have that on to get the best shot out.
Right.
And like a lot of people get fooled with that. They have the cameras on a tripod and they'll leave the stabilization on thinking, that will just make it even better. But it doesn't. If you've got it nice and stable, you're better off without it on. So it just
in fact, they do recommend.
It may take a better picture.
Yeah, they do recommend turning that. If you're on a tripod, turn it off. It must cause some sort of, well, one, it wastes battery, but two, it must cause some sort of resonating frequency or feeling that causes it to not work too well. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
If ever some of the cameras do a bit of a test, some of the ones like in video, if you hold the camera still and see with that stabilization, when it's still, you can see a little bit of movement because it's trying to keep it still. So anyway.
Yeah. Now this camera has something that's sort of interesting. It has what's called high resolution mode. Oh, I can see what people say. When you hold it, you can move your dial pretty easily. Got to be careful with that. It's a little small for my hand. That's why I want the battery grip. But in high res mode, it shoots mirrorless with a very quick electronic shutter, 8 pictures in 1 second, and then combines them. And what it does is it moves the sensor 1 pixel up, 1 pixel down, 1 pixel to the side, and then it stitches all of them together with that 1 pixel difference to create a very high resolution image. It's pretty cool.
It's amazing what they're doing these days with the things. So you can have we've always had that bracketing, you know, when the Canons and that, which will do a stop backwards, a stop forward, going to the other extreme, isn't it? So getting a good quality all over the place.
That's true. Now you have a whole mess of products you reviewed this week. So which one do you want to talk about?
Well, I don't know about reviewed, but lusted after. These are the ones I've been lusting after. And the first one I've been looking at we've been looking at over the months about the DJI drones. And for me, it was a bit too expensive to go for. But now DJI have come up with the Osmo, which is the camera off like the Inspire 1, but on a handheld unit.
Oh, it's handheld.
The great thing with that, it's handheld. So it gives you like the 3-axis gimbal support just in this little handheld unit that's no bigger than the camera itself, which will give you automatic panorama mode. So it will automatically, if you stick it on a tripod, it will automatically go and do the panoramas for you.
Shall we
it's
take a
also
look?
got the built-in time feature as well.
Let's take a look at it.
You can also do the tripod long a tripodless long exposure.
Interesting.
But it's
For the first time ever in a handheld camera, the Osmo brings with it professional cinema quality stabilization, making shaky videos a thing of the past. It literally puts the power and quality of a moving professional camera in your hands.
This is made possible by integrating a 3-axis gimbal to the camera, which absorbs unwanted movement. This leaves the camera to maneuver smoothly and fluidly with a full range of motion. DJI's Smooth Track technology anticipates how you want the camera to move and adapts to the most subtle movement. Along with 4K resolution, the Osmo can also shoot in 1080 and 720p in a multitude of frame rates, including 24, 25, 30, 60. And for super slow motion shots, the Osmo records 120 frames at 1080p.
The Osmo is also fully compatible with the new X5 Pro and X5 RAW Micro Four Thirds camera. The ability to use interchangeable lenses and capture footage with high dynamic range makes the Osmo ready to be integrated into any full-scale video production. This is the one-man band's dream come true. You're getting so many different departments in one handheld device, and it's also smaller so you can come up with a lot more creative ideas. The built-in joystick allows full control of the camera for perfectly composed pans and tilts. With the accompanying trigger, you can toggle between multiple modes of operation: upright, selfie, flashlight, locked, and underslung.
The DJI Go app is central to the experience of using the Osmo. The app itself serves as a monitor when recording or viewing footage. You can also adjust camera settings, including ISO, shutter speed, control the camera and gimbal at a distance with a simple gesture of your finger. Quickly share your best shots online straight from the app, or edit a stunning montage with the director feature. The Osmo also includes time-lapse, as well as an all-new auto panorama feature. This removes the obstacle of human error from creating stunning panoramic images. We've also created an entire ecosystem of accessories meant to supplement and support this new camera. Each accessory expands the functions and uses of the Osmo exponentially. For Inspire users, the Osmo handle is fully compatible with your Inspire's X3 camera.
The Osmo is truly the next step in the evolution of the camera. It effortlessly turns anyone who picks it up into a filmmaker and makes the most casual uses feel more compelling and cinematic than ever before.
Well, really good, that one, isn't it?
I want one. How much are
Me
those?
too. And did you see, for US, it's going to be for about $649.
With the camera? No.
Yeah, with the camera.
With the camera.
At the moment, they're not selling it separately, but in the future, they will just send the hand unit. So if you've got the DJI Inspire, you'll be able to put that on it and not buy the camera. But I think you saw where it says it's compatible with the XA25, their other 4/3 camera. What they didn't say was that's about $2,500 camera that you're putting on it.
Yeah.
But I think even with the dollar here, it's going to be about $1,000 here. But I'm going to put with the dollar exchange, that's still quite reasonable, and I'm going to put my order in for one. The thing I really like about it, I've seen those 3XS gimbals, but with them about $3,000. They're quite big and awkward. I know they do a great job, but I can't see myself using them a lot. Whereas something like this, so nice and small, I think I could use it quite a lot. So I'm looking forward to that. So do you think that's a nice, good toy?
Yeah. Yeah. If I had seen this video before I went to Sammy's, I probably would have gotten it.
Well, and the thing is, what I like, it's got the thumb control for the pan and tilt.
I know. I like
so you can do that on there.
Yeah.
And the phone control is the same control for the DJI drone. So you can put that on the tripod and sit back up to probably, I think it's about 500 meters or something on that one, and control the camera and see what it's doing as well.
Wow.
So, I could probably have that on the stick on the tripod outside and, scan it, see what it's doing in here. But I think I'm going to put my money in a deposit in.
So when you get it, you have to make a video of yourself making a video.
That's right. That's where it's the hardest thing is, me making a video, taking a video of myself.
Well, no, that's where the dog comes in. You have to kind of get him involved.
That's right. Yeah, sit. And he said, why does the camera keep moving? Because it's every time he wags his tail.
So what else do we have today? Oh, Jeff, are you there?
Yep.
Oh, there you are. You froze for a second. I think he froze again.
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Because your image froze for a second. So what do we have next?
Okay. Well, I was going to say it goes up in price now. The next one was the Lite L6 camera. And what that is with the success of all the iPhones and the smartphones with all the cameras on it, this is just the same sort of size as an iPhone, a bit fatter camera. And the thing with this, it has 16 cameras in it. 16? 3 focal lengths in it to make up to a 52 megabyte image.
Oh, wow.
And it has said the 16 cameras on it. So where is it? But a 5-inch touchscreen, 128 gigabyte storage on that, with a 35 millimeter to 150 millimeter equivalent. But
that's not bad.
If you have a look at the video, and I'll tell you the expected price on it. So.
Okay, here we go.
I've always been fascinated by photography, and I own, expensive DSLR cameras and lots of expensive lenses. Even though I had all this gear, which would take phenomenal pictures, I found myself taking more and more pictures with my cell phone because it was there with me all the time. That's when it occurred to me that if we can make a camera which has the same quality and features as a DSLR camera, but it is in a form factor that can fit in my pocket and stay with me all the time, then I'd be taking much better pictures all the time.
The big change in photography, of course, is that it's exploded globally in the last 5 years. We send billions of pictures as messages every day. As people have gotten drawn into the fold, it's created this insatiable demand for better and better photography. Who hasn't been at the concert and they've said, oh, let me get a picture of the performer, and there's a grainy kind of nothing there, right?
Over the last 150 years or so, of photography, camera design and architecture hasn't really evolved very much. What we're trying to do here now is to capitalize on all of the innovation that has resulted in very inexpensive camera modules and inexpensive high-quality lenses. We're trying to replace a big lens with multiple small lenses and small sensors.
One of the things we do to keep our cameras very thin is something called folded optics. You have an aperture, light comes in through the aperture, strikes a mirror, and then travels down the barrel of lenses laid horizontally in the body.
We are actually using 16 different camera modules at 3 different focal lengths. The users can then simply pinch and zoom the picture, and depending upon what field of view they finally end up selecting, 10 of the 16 modules will fire and take pictures. And then we use sophisticated computational imaging algorithms to combine those 10 pictures to basically create one really high quality picture.
Our software can figure out how to set the exposures differently for different cameras to get great low light performance. The other incredible thing we offer is really infinite depth of field control. Everything's kind of in focus when they compose it, but I know I'm taking a picture of you and it's a portrait and I want a nice blur in the background. I can go set that after the fact. This isn't just moonshot thinking. We put some of the best talent in Silicon Valley together here at Light. Our computational imaging team and our hardware team have been working for over 2 years to bring this to reality. Now, we've partnered with the world's leading contract manufacturers to actually deliver a product to consumers.
Why I'm really excited about this camera is that it puts the focus back on great photography, not just great technology.
Really, the power of photography is the ability to capture the magic of every moment in every day. And you have to have something that's portable enough and high enough quality so that you really are capturing the emotion of the moment, not just the facts. That's what we're excited about delivering to the market.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's another great product.
Okay. Scare me. How much is that one?
$1,700.
Not bad. Not bad for what you get.
But it still is going to be quite frightening. But like it said, it's going to appeal to the people who want the quality, the quality of a DSLR and that, but in that small form factor.
Yeah.
And it's doing the same sort of quality as a bigger one. But I was just quite impressed with the quality of the shots you're getting and all the things you can do after the fact, which makes
it's really cool.
difference.
The technology and the way they handle light, brilliant. You know, I love when engineers brainstorm a bit and they just get things going. That's my heart going right now. Can you hear it?
Yes.
Ah. I'm sorry. I keep wanting more equipment. Stop it. Thank you. All right.
Well, definitely, it's keeping the bank balances down because I think I want one of them when that comes out. But it's another good, and it does shoot. Another good thing for you, Rick. It shoots 4K video as well.
I know. I saw that. So that's $2,700. $2,700 minimum. You're in the hole right now.
That's right. Yes, that's already. Yes. Oh no, that's 1,700 American, so it's probably about nearly 3,000 Australian. So.
Oh, so 3 really? Okay, so 3. So you're about 4,000. That's good.
Yeah. Well, that's not too bad, but then you look at the next product that I was looking at, but as I said,
that's your heart I hear right now.
No.
Sorry, that was your heart. Sorry.
Yes, that's right. But after I looked at this one, I thought, gee, this was a nice, good product. And I thought, oh, it only starts off at $2,500. Was the new Microsoft Surface Book. Have you seen that?
$2,500? Is that what they're selling it at?
Well, no, that's for my one. That's the starting price. If they put what I want on it, mine goes to about 4,700.
Does that include some sort of tech support bunny with it, or?
No, it doesn't. So.
Wow, that's a lot of what. But you know, we have a Surface. We have an i7 Surface. It was $1,500. What the heck are they putting in this to make it so much more expensive?
Well, this is a proper laptop, not just the other Surface. This is called the new Microsoft Surface Book.
Book. Oh, the book. Okay.
And but it still does detach, so you can have it as a tablet. And it's a 13.5-inch touchscreen with a 3,000 by 2,000 resolution.
That's pretty good.
And it does have the Windows Pro 10 Surface Pen included. Wow.
Oh, the pen. Didn't know they had a pen.
Well, they have one with this one, and it has the 512 core Intel i7 with a 16 gigabyte graphics card. Is it memory? I think it is. No, the DGPU.
So that's pretty fast.
What's DGPU?
DGP? Not sure.
DGPU. That new acronym. They keep coming up with these strange ones.
It's something graphic processor unit, but not sure what the direct graphic processor unit?
Yeah. I don't know either. But it claims about a 3-hour battery life when the screen is separated as a tablet, and 12 hours when it's stuck together. But one of the good things I do like about it as a laptop, it can flip backwards. So you don't have to take the screen off, but you can do it backwards and have the keyboard wrapped around the back.
Well, they copied that from the Yoga from Lenovo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that had that. And also it has the 5 megabyte front-facing camera and an 8 megabyte rear-facing camera, which is...
Didn't you always think that was sort of weird that we're always facing somebody's rear? That's just sort of an interesting comment.
And just mine, the top model for Australian dollars is $4,199, but that translates into you.
So it comes with a rear. That's what you're telling me. Yeah.
And in US, it translates into $3,047.
That's a desktop. I can build a super fast video machine for that kind of money, all SSD. And they're charging $3,000 for that? How much does it weigh?
I didn't see it, but I don't think it's super duper light.
No.
Oh, hang on. No, I didn't write that down.
We have the original. We have the original Surface. Well, not the original. Surface 3. i7 processor with very nice GPU, everything built in, and it weighs a good, I'd say probably 3 pounds. It's not light. If you sit, look, I'm getting arthritis holding an iPad, so with that thing, I'd be like, I
thought that was quite good.
Now, I have to tell you, we recently bought a Dell all-in-one touchscreen 24-inch portable. It's really nice. It has a stand that folds up. It's actually, for the price, it's amazing. It's not super fast, but we knew that. But it's a great machine to take on a trip, put it in big luggage, and you're good. Weighs about 12, 13 pounds, but when you cover it with clothes, who cares? Well, within 45 days, it died. I mean, it was turned on maybe 5 or 6 times, and it just died. So we called Dell up. Very nice lady. Colleague was from India. She was from India, very friendly, but she was very friendly. And she said, I'll have a tech out there in 2 days. 2 days go by, no tech. Then she goes, oh, no, I'm sorry. We're going to have to redo this, and we have to send it back. No, I will get you a replacement. No, we'll have a tech out. No, you'll get a replacement. No, a tech out. So this has been going on for 3 weeks. Tech, replacement, tech, replacement, tech, replacement, refund, tech, replacement. It wasn't ending. So finally, the tech comes out after they told us they were shipping the replacement. But he shows up. Okay, well, you can play with it. He opens it up, changes the motherboard, turns it back on. It comes on and dies. So he goes, I think it's the memory. Oh, good. But I don't have a memory stick. Oh. So he calls it in and says, you'll get a new one in 2 days. And we did. And today we got our brand new one. Did it work? Oh, we haven't powered it on yet. So it may not work. But it is set up in the room, ready to work. And then shortly thereafter, we got a call saying, hi, I'm the tech. I'm coming out today or Monday to fix it.
And so we've replaced it. So you're going to have about 50 of these now.
By the time we're done. And then we can start a business at flea markets. So here we have brand new Dell non-functional all-in-ones. They're really good. It has a touch screen. It doesn't do anything, but you can touch it.
You can touch it. But I suppose, like everything, there's going to be duds in all of them. But if they just replace...
But their process is awful. The left hand doesn't know there's a right hand who's confused with the right foot. I don't know what's going on there. You know, so when the tech comes out on Monday, we'll just give him some coffee and ask what he's doing here.
Yeah, well, okay, and just ask him how life's treating him.
No, I got it. Stupid me. This is predictive customer service. He knows 80% of them break on the first use, so he's coming out to fix it.
Pre-planning.
predictive CS. Yep. I love Dell. They're so on it. Michael Dell. Mm-hmm. That was a funny
that's
clip.
What I like that ad for. And it made more to you since you've just had that experience. Don't
think different. Think same.
Think same. I don't care. Just make it cheap.
Make it cheap.
That was on that. So, and what did I hear? Some music then.
That's just some music in the background celebrating Mike Odell.
Oh yes.
So we have another product now, right? Is there one more?
I don't think we've got to the product. What we was just one of the things I was just seeing in the paper. You know how I was talking about the drones earlier and that the Osmo. Did you see that the FAA have issued the world's big fine?
No, to who?
To $1.9 million. It is to what was it? Where is it? The company called civil penalties against Skypan. Skypan. Yeah. And I just say, isn't it ridiculous? But I said, some people say it's ridiculous, but they was warned about, because they've been flying drones around New York, around office buildings, around all different airports and things like that. So you're bound to get caught doing that. So even though if you've got a license to fly them commercially, I mean, you're going around into buildings. And I don't know if you've ever seen that video it's a nice 15-minute video of disastrous drones where they get their $3,000 drone and crash it into an office block. And you see a lot of them are going around New York and they're crashing into buildings. And I thought, that's fine. Who's it going to hit on the ground when it falls down?
Well, you want to hear something funny?
Dangerous.
We went to Sammy's today, and Leslie asks Larry, can you rent a drone? And he goes, yes, but it's very expensive. And she goes, how come? It comes with the pilot. So they only rent you something where somebody knows how to use it and avoids hitting people and buildings. Interesting.
Because I suppose you'd have to have a lot of insurance, because the majority of people are going to do it straight up in the air and lose it. So you're not going to rent your $3,000 drone out for very cheap. So you're going to have to say, yes, it might be $150 for an hour or 2 hours, and with a $5,000 insurance policy on it.
I know. That's amazing. Well, Jeff, as always, we are at the end of our show. That was a fast one. And we got a lot of content in there.
Goes very quickly.
So next week I'll have some hands-on reporting with these lenses and cameras. And by the way, the reason I've switched to Micro Four Thirds, I've decided I'm not going back to Canon. I'm sticking with Micro Four Thirds. I can get cheaper lenses that do as much, if not better. They're smaller, not as heavy. And between Olympus and Panasonic, all the lenses are compatible. So I can have many different bodies and they'll all work.
That's funny. Is that music? It sounds like it when you talked about Panasonic, and it sounded like your heart got faster. The music went faster.
Oh, did it? It was ending.
It just sounded like you're talking about your Olympus and Panasonic. They went. Blah, 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 blah. You must have got excited when you talked about Panasonic and Olympus.
It does. It does.
I must admit, Rick, one of my first cameras. When you get after your first Kodak camera, when you get one, my first camera was an Olympus Trip 35.
Oh, I remember those.
The old 35.
Didn't they have this look?
First camera.
They had this kind of look, right?
Sort of look. Yeah. But it had no lens and that. But it was the best little camera you could ever have. And I thought the Olympus Trip 35. It was just such an excellent camera. So I'd never ever discount Olympus as a brand to buy. No,
they get good reviews. Now, I didn't want the silver one.
I like the look of that one.
Now, I didn't want the silver one. I wanted the black one, but he gave me the silver one.
Now, I think the silver one looks better because it looks like the old type camera.
Yeah.
But in a new body, because I reckon they'll look really nice. 'Cause I'm sick to death of all the black. Everybody's got black.
Really?
It looks really different. Yeah.
Okay, you heard it from Jeff. He's okay with this. All right. I'm sold. I'm sold. If you like it, I like it. So we're good.
Yeah. Got to be different. And I think it just looks nice because everybody's got black. It's the same thing with the phones. If you can get a different color to black, it looks different.
That's true. This reminds me, the minute I took it out of the bag, Clark was there with me, and he went, that looks like my dad's old camera. And I go, you're right, it does. I don't know if my dad ever had an Olympus, but he's at Leica's, and this looks like an old Leica. It reminds me of a Leica. It's got the big, thick...
like the old... And I'm taking my camera. I must admit, I'm getting a bit swayed to the Micro Four Thirds because it's just so damn light. Even when you've got a bigger lens on, they're just such a light camera, and they do such a damn good job.
And the GH4, by the way, today they were rumoring the GH5, and I asked Larry when. He goes, I don't know, coming soon, maybe. But so far, they think it's going to be a GH5.
Another thing I like with them, you can get a perfectly silent shot. You can turn off all the audio noises, so you can just take a shot. So in most places, I hate it when it goes click, and you hear the shot, of people know you're taking pictures, and you can just take nice subtle pictures without the noise. And if you're out trying to take a picture of any wildlife or anything, you just have no noise, so you can just not interrupt the thing, because you do that other one, click, and frighten things away. So
I was watching one of the Camera Store TV room shows, and I think he was somewhere in Calgary, some sort of festival, and at one point he's talking to the camera, and some guy walks by and goes, F you. And he's like, they get rowdy over there. It was classic. They didn't take it out. They just left F you. Oh, they beeped it. They beeped it.
It's strange, but it just goes to prove the strange people, no matter where you are. So,
yeah, that's true.
It's going to be strange.
That's true. Well, Jeff, this is the end for today. Next week, we're on for next week, right?
Yes, definitely on for next week. I am, at the moment, I'm racing off after this and going to the digital show, which is in Melbourne this week, and which is on yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Can
you sneak some video in with your Note 4?
No, I don't have to sneak it. One of the things they say, cameras are welcome. Just
you
can bring to take pictures and videos. So, more than happy to, because.
Are you taking the FC1000?
FZ1000.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm taking the FZ1000, and I can take some pictures of all the gear and that, and can drool over it and make a bit of a video, hopefully. So
that sounds good. So next week we can see a video of that. That sounds really good. I may go to, I think there's DV Expo here in November or December. We're going to try to go if we don't miss it. We're traveling early December to back east, but hopefully it's before that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd love to make it down there for probably NAB, and was it usually about April, isn't it? So,
April or May.
But sometimes that's a bit. That's a bit too big. That's the good thing with this show in Melbourne. It will have all the things I'm interested in, and nothing that I'm not interested in. It won't have all the sort of real top end things that I'm not interested in.
But will Larry Jordan be there?
Well, no, I don't know. They haven't said it's a special guest. No, I don't think he would be. So
we should see if Larry's over there. We should get Larry back on and see if he's now totally a believer in 4K.
Yeah, well, he seems to think about say a bit more about 4K, but he's it must be a thing that, well, I think it's something you just can't ignore. But now they're all talking 8K, so 4K is just old hat now, isn't it?
You can buy a Samsung 60-inch LED, beautiful LED, 4K for about $1,400 now. That's not bad. That's pretty cheap. I think. Is this a 4K monitor? That one is. So we have a 4K monitor that we're looking at right here. Actually, do we have that shot on this show? So here's, I think we have the shot. I'm not sure. The VMix shot. So here's, I'm not sure if we have it. I think we had it on this one. There we go. So this is what we're seeing right now, and this is on a 4K monitor, which you can't really tell, but that is a 4K. It's an Asus 4K monitor. And so you see me waving, and you see it waving on the other side. So this is what we see as we do our shot shifting, and I'm controlling some of the shots with this, which is that. So that's the MIDI controller. Yeah. So we have all sorts of music files. And with that, you can hear our music right there. So we are going to say goodbye to our audience. All of you.
Yes.
There are so many to name that we just can't. But every one of you is special. So we will see you next week on Tech Down Over. Jeff, as always, a pleasure. Have a good one, everyone. And here we go.